In the quiet Ghanaian village of Kita, where the Volta River kissed the sea, Efua lived a simple life. At 22, she was a fish cleaner, her hands always smelling of salt and scales. Her mother's voice rang through the compound, sharp as a machete, "Efua, if I call you one more time." Efua adjusted her wrapper, her calf straining against the fabric, and trudged to the riverbank. The village called the river sacred, but no one said why. Squatting by the water, her bare thighs kissed the cool air as she scrubbed fish. A sudden sting pierced her heel, a sharp, icy jolt. She yelped, stumbling back. The water rippled, not from wind, but something alive, breathing beneath. Limping home, blood trickled from her foot, and the river seemed to watch her go. That night, Efua's dreams drowned her in blue. She floated, naked, her skin glowing like polished ebony. From the depths, he rose, Kofi, a Maman prince, his chest broad, eyes like moonlit pearls, hair cascading like seaweed. He didn't speak, only pulled her close, his hands tracing her curves, igniting fire under her skin. "You bled into my world," he whispered, voice like waves crashing. His touch was electric, fingers brushing her breast, her thighs patting instinctively. Their bodies merged, slow at first, then fierce, water swirling with each thrust. Efua woke gasping, her body slick with sweat, thighs aching, core pulsing. It felt too real. She touched herself, still warm, and whispered, "What was that?" Days passed, but Efua's body wasn't hers anymore. Her thighs stayed sore, her breast heavier, tingling. She craved salt, licking it from her palms like candy, and cold stones, chewing them until her teeth ached. Her mood swung wild, one moment calm, the next snapping at her mother, Adwoa. "Efua, you dey vex too much," Adwoa shouted, slapping her cheek. Then came nausea, bending over fish and gagging. Adwoa's eyes narrowed. "You pregnant?" Efua froze, her hands trembling. That night, in the mirror, her breasts were fuller, nipples darker, her flat stomach bloating slightly. In her dreams, Kofi returned, his voice soft but firm. "Our child grows. You are mine." She woke soaked, her body betraying her with want. The village buzzed with gossip. "Efua dey shine like she get man," market women whispered. But who touched her? Her aunt, Mem Esi, stormed in, her voice dripping with suspicion. "Why your breast big so? You hide man." Efua's mother stared, her eyes scanning Efua's swollen chest, her glowing skin. "When last you see your period?" Efua stammered, tears falling. "Mama, nobody touch me. I dream he no be man. He say he maman." Mem Esi laughed, but Adwoa's face paled. The next day, the village exploded with tales. Efua carries spirit child. Boys stared at her curves, women clutched their husbands. Adwoa barely spoke to her, and Efua cried into her pillow, alone. Mem Esi called Prophet Kwame, a wiry man with wild eyes. In a cramped prayer tent, he doused Efua with oil, chanting, "Marine spirit, leave this girl." The crowd gasped as he pressed her belly, declaring, "She carries sea child." Efua's body burned, not with pain but desire, her core flooding as if Kofi touched her there. She moaned, loud and raw, collapsing in a puddle of her own making. The prophet leapt back. "This no be ordinary." The crowd fled, Adwoa fainting. That night, Kofi appeared in her dream, furious. "Why do they reject our child?" He took her again, rough and deep, her body trembling under his power. "You are queen," he growled. Efua awoke, her belly fluttering, a kick, alive, aware. Efua's belly grew, glowing faintly at night. The village shunned her, children called her Mommy Water's daughter. At a free scan in a nearby town, the doctor's probe froze on her stomach. "Something different," he muttered, pointing to a shadow, "scales, not a tail." Efua ran, heart pounding. That night, Kofi appeared, not in a dream but beside her mouth, his wet body shimmering. "Our son knows us," he said, palming her belly. The baby kicked under his touch. Efua's wrapper fell, her body ached for him. They made love, real and raw, her moans shaking the heart. A neighbor saw his shadow, and by morning, the village was ablaze with fear. Pain ripped through Efua like a storm. She screamed, collapsing as Adwa ran in. "He's coming." The river roared outside, rain pounding the roof. Prophet Kwame burst in, chanting, "Marine child, be cast out." But the birth was no ordinary labor. Salt water, not blood, spilled from Efua as the baby emerged, eyes silver, scales faint on his back. He didn't cry but spoke, "Mama." The prophet dropped his oil, the crowd froze, and the village well erupted like a geyser. Kofi appeared, trident glowing. "This is my heir," he thundered, lifting the child. "Efua is no longer yours." She stood, weak but radiant, her body glowing like his. The village bowed to Efua now, fear mixing with awe. Adwa whispered, "Are you still my Efua?" She smiled. "More than your daughter now." Kofi came openly, water trailing him, the baby floating in a mist bubble. "Choose," he said. "Stay or join me in the sea." Efua looked at her home, the cracked walls, her mother's tearful eyes, then at her son, glowing with power. She untied her wrapper, letting her changed body breathe. "Take me home," she said. Water rose around them, carrying her to a coral palace. A golden robe wrapped her, her son in her arms. The baby spoke, "Mama, we are home." Efua, no longer a village girl, was queen.